Hey guys, this is Dennis, it's myfitness.com. In this video, we're going to look at 4 basic exercises for hip mobilization. Okay, so the first one we're going to do is for the back of the leg for the hamstrings. It's an active hamstring stretch. So you can do this against a bench or a chair. What you're going to do is you're going to start with your heel up on the bench. You're going to start with this knee bent and keep your toe pointed towards yourself. Now what you're going to do is you're going to push your heel into the bench. You're going to hinge your hips backwards so you get a good stretch in the back of the leg. And you're going to hold for a couple of seconds and then release. Now when you're doing this, it's important that you don't lock your knee completely out. You want to keep a little bit of tension in the front of the knee. Okay? So heel to the bench. Think about driving your heel down, pushing your hips back, getting a nice stretch in the hamstring. Hold for a count of 2 and then come back. Okay, so just here and back. So do about 10 to 12 reps on either side for those. The next one we're going to do is for external rotation of the hips, seated 90-90 drill. So in a seated position, nice and tall, proud chest, nice little natural arch in your lower back. We're just going to cross the leg here, okay? And depending on your mobility, it may be up here, it may be a little bit lower, so just kind of take your time with it. You should never have any sharpshooting pain with any of these movements. If you do, again, just, it's a good idea to see your doctor because there might be other issues going on. But nice and tall, you're going to grab underneath, grabbing the shoelaces, and just above the knee on the thigh, you're going to push down. So we're going to push and pull in this motion here. Again, keeping good posture, never rounding or hunching your back, okay? So you're going to grab your shoelaces and push just up on the upper thigh here. Push, pull just as far as you can to get a good stretch. Here, hold, 1, 2, and back. So just that pushing, pulling motion. And again, you're going to hold that for 2 seconds, doing about 10 to 12 on each side. And the next one we're going to do is for the front of the hip. Most people that do this, I often see doing it wrong. Okay, so we're going to get into a half kneeling position. Now, usually people kind of really just try to push in and stretch out the hip flexor. But again, this is an active mobilization. We're not looking to just to stretch it. We're looking to mobilize the area. So I like to use a broomstick. This gets your core engaged. Okay, so we want good core engagement, but we also want to activate the glutes. So it's very important that you squeeze that glute as tight as you can as you push into the hip flexor. So it's actually not a huge range of motion. You'll see here in a minute. But grabbing the broomstick with both hands, pushing into the floor, bracing your core, nice and tall, good posture. Here, I'm going to squeeze the glute as tight as I can. Push into the hip flexor, hold, again, a count of 2. And back. So I'm squeezing and engaging the glute. 1, 2, and back. And again, you're going to do 10 to 12 reps on each side. The last one is a Frogger stretch. Okay. We're going to go into an all forward position so that my knees are below my hips and my hands are below my shoulders. I want, again, to keep a nice neutral spine, keep a good arch in my lower back, and I don't want to lose that arch as I go into the movement. Here. Now, I'm going to take my feet and I'm going to turn them so that the heels are down here. Okay? So from the side here, okay, I'm going to bring my heels to the floor, keeping a nice little arch in my lower back. I shouldn't round my back as I go into this. I want to keep that arch throughout. And we're going to push back into the groin. So we need to feel this in the groin area. If you find your back starts around, just stop at that point, hold, and go back. So here, push back into the groin, hold. Again, 2 seconds. 1, 2, back. 1, 2, and back. Okay, so those are 4 basic hip mobilization exercises that you can try. Really opens up the hips. Okay, hope that helps.